Good day everyone. I am Ruskin John Montiano, a third-year student taking up the course of BS Architecture. And today, I will be presenting to you my site analysis in our project Yacht Club. When we talk about site analysis is a pre-design research activity which focuses on existing and potential conditions on and around the building site. The purpose of site analysis is to provide true information about the site assets and liabilities prior to starting the design process. There are 11 types of elements that I use to look for site analysis in our project. These elements are all categorized by Edward P. White in his book Site Analysis, and these are the location, neighborhood context, legal, site and zoning, natural features, built environment, circulation, utilities, sensory, human and culture, and lastly is the climate. Let's talk about first the location. The location of the site is in the Baybay City, Leyte. The site is located at Zone 22, Esquina Street, Barangay Poblacion, Baybay City, Leyte, with a total land area of 4.97 hectares. Zone 22 Barangay Poblacion is bounded by Barangay Zone 21 to north, Barangay Hiposmo to the south, Barangay Zone 23 to the east, and Camotes C to the west. I choose this location because it can still be found in the vicinity map provided to us, and it is perfect to my design concept and form of the building. Next is the neighborhood context. Baybay City is bounded by Camotes C to the west, Albuera to the north, Nupacan to the south, Burawen, La Paz, and MacArthur to the northeast, Javier to the east, and Aboyog and Mahaplag to the southeast. Majority, the local religion is Roman Catholic, and the style of architecture is neoclassical. The economy is mixed agriculture, industrial, fishing, and mining. Since the Leyte is an island, fishing is major source of livelihood among coastal residents. In the location of the site, there are a few houses, residents near in the site, and others are vegetation. The economy is mixed agriculture, industrial, fishing, and mining. But since almost of the residents are near in the Camotes Sea, fishing is the major source of livelihood. The site is situated in close proximity to various landmarks like government buildings, malls, churches, and schools. Also, it's surrounded by small business with a dominantly residential area. The possible materials that can be found around the site are local materials, woods, stones, sand, and various industries that can be found in Baybay City. And the surface of the site is sandy soil. The only available road for the vehicles is the Esquina Street and the Inupacan Road. Third is the legal. The site is under the following of legal. These rules and regulation is about reclamation project need to approve by the government. No reclamation projects components shall be approved by the PRA without the required area clearance and ECC to be issued by the DANR. Reclamation projects undertaken without the required ECC, area clearance, and the approval of PRA governing board or the President of the Philippines shall be considered illegal and shall be forfeited in favor of the state without need of judicial action pursuant to Presidential Decree Number 3, Section A. This memo is about processing of special land use permits with the tree cutting, earth balling. This has reference to requests for special land use permit or SLAP with tree cutting, earth balling which we have been receiving from the region for the Secretary's approval. Republic Act No. 1899, an act authorized the reclamation of foreshore lands by chartered cities and municipalities. Fourth is the site and zoning. Zone 22 Barangay Poblacion, Baybay City is bounded by Barangay Zone 21 to the north, Barangay Hiposno to the south, Barangay Zone 23 to the east, and Camotes Sea to the west. The total lot area of the site is 39,520 square meter. Based on the new building code of the Philippines, our project Yacht Club is under the Group A Division 1, residential dwellings in which included the clubhouses and recreational. Since the project is part of institutional, the possible building height limit is 15 meters or must follow the DALI approved building height limit in major zone. Fifth is the natural features. Based on topographic maps from NAMRIA, the highest point in the city is Mount Lunas with an approximate elevation of 1,175 meters above mean sea level. High elevation zones are mostly located along the Leyte Cordillera. Other high elevation areas can also be found in the eastern and southern half of the locality. Low elevation and flat areas are mostly concentrated in the western coastal portion of the city. The general pattern of water flow is from the eastern high elevation areas to the western coastal areas, eventually drainage towards the Camotes Sea. Based from GIS-based slope calculations, around 60% of the city have slopes ranging from 18% and above characterized as rolling to steep, commonly situated in the high elevation and mid-slope of mountainous areas. Population Zone 22 Baybay City, Leyte, Philippines is estimated 7.4 meters or 24.3 feet above mean sea level, and the type of the soil in the site is sandy soil. In the east of the site, you can see the river which is called the Hiposno River and also vegetation and greeneries. The sixth element is the built environment. The site is composed of sandy soil and water situated in the water area. There are trees planted in the part of land area such as coconut trees, mango trees, and banana trees. However, there are no residents and existing buildings in part of the lot area. The previous site is a vacant lot in the part of the land area. Boat lanes are placed in the part of the water area which can be used as a parking area of boats of the citizens residing near the site. In the water area of the site, it is guaranteed that there are no coral reefs affected because it is still part of the sandy soil, and corals are found in the coastal areas of Mount Panasugan, BSU, Barangay Caridad, Hilapnitan, San Agustin, Marcos, Gabas, Sabang, Punta, and Migad. The seventh element is the circulation. Circulation refers to the manners people move throughout a space and how they interact with the physical space around them. In this site analysis, we have three types of lines and colors. The blue lines that are longer in length is the major road. This has 4 lanes for different vehicles such as buses, tricycles, jeepneys, and motorcycles. The red lines, which are shorter and inconsistent in length, is the minor road. It is also being used by the same vehicles running through the major road, but minor road has only 2 lanes. The yellow dot is the sidewalk. The pink arrows denote intersection conflicts and determine different levels of traffic. The big pink arrow located near north guarantees is a low traffic area, while the other big pink arrow signals moderate traffic area. The orange part connotes buildings, while the green areas are the open space. The map going to the site is also shown in the circulation. Tricycle is the most common vehicle used to come to the site. It takes 10 minutes to arrive to the site when you ride a bike, 16 minutes when you ride a tricycle, 16 minutes when you ride a motorcycle, and 23 minutes when you take a walk. In Baybay City, one of the most common means of transportation is the potpot and pedicab. Aside from potpot, is the tricycle, which comes in various colors depending on its route. The eighth element is the utility. Utility consists of any electricity, water, gas, sewer, and telephone services situated near the site. In site in Leyte, we have the Leyte, which is one of the sources of electricity in Baybay City. As you can see in the franchise map, Barangay Poblacion is one of the many barangays that is being supplied by the electricity of Leyte. Also, the gas station located near the site are Taytayan Fuel Station and Petron. Next is the water supply, which is the Baybay Water District. According to Baybay Water District, the current source of potable water of the city of Baybay are the Busay, Kawayan, Hayas, and Upper Hayas Springs. The television network that they use is the Pioneer Cable Vision Incorporated, which provides 51 channels in total. The ninth element is the human and culture. Baybay City is a center of industry and commerce for the western coast of Leyte, with a commercial service sector in the city that includes banks, virtual assistance centers, eateries, coffee shops, night spots, sports facilities, as well as retail and wholesome stores. The beachside boardwalk of the city is the most visited, especially at night. City of Baybay has a total land area of 46,050 hectares. It is known to be one of the largest in terms of land area in the Eastern Visayas region. It is divided into 92 barangays, composed of 10 urban barangays and 82 rural barangays. According to the 2015 census, the age group with the highest population in Poblacion Zone 22 is 10 to 14 with 118 individuals. Conversely, the age group with the lowest population is 80 and over with 8 individuals. The residents near the site are informal settlers, and other residents have their own land permit. They also have their own festivals. Most of the residents in part of Barangay Poblacion are Catholic. The 10th element is the sensory. You may have noticed in the slide the good view and the poor view. The former shows the Camotes Sea, Hiposong River, and trees, and the latter shows the road, residents, and vehicles. And the sound-inducing calmness or serenity can also be experienced in the area. This comes from the trees and Camotes Sea, while the noise and unpleasant sounds come from neighbors, vehicles, and other noise from the roads. The last element is the climate. Our site is located at the latitude of 10 North. Using the site of Jaloksa, you will get the sunpath diagram of the 10 North. Using the sunpath diagram, you will know when and where the winter solstice and summer solstice are in the diagram, and also the critical sunpath in the site. You can also learn here about the time when it is the hottest in the site. General prevailing winds in the region are northeasterly, amihan, during the months of October to February, easterly from March to May due to the Pacific trade winds, and southwesterly, habagat, during the months June to September. According to the modified Corona's climate classification by the Pagasa, the city of Baybay has a type 4 climate characterized as having no pronounced dry season where rainfall is generally evenly distributed throughout the years. According to Koppen and Geiger, this climate is classified as equatorial climate. I also used the andrewmarsh.com to determine the shadow in summer solstice from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and winter solstice from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. The wind in Baybay City is most often from the west for 3.3 months from July to October. From October to July, the wind is most often from the east for 8.7 months. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.